So welcome to my review of the Hotpoint Aquarius 6 kilo powerstream wash system WMA 58. It's a 1400 spin machine and it actually comes back, it dates really back to about 14 years ago now, so we're getting on a bit. Anyway, this machine has come to me for the third time. So 18 months ago it was bought initially for my other half's friend, and she had it for 9 months. So the shock absorbers are gone completely and snapped the spring, and the belt had got damaged, and the seal already had a rip in it at the top. So it's come back, and so then I've had it, put the new shocks on, the new door seal, the new belt, replacement springs on, and then I sold it on to the woman who used to live in this house that I'm currently filming in. Then it's come back to me 6 months later because she has decided to upgrade to a washer dryer, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I've come back, I've emptied the inaccessible filter, and we're good to go again. Really, it's pretty much been kept pretty much immaculately clean, so I might as well review it. Right, so like I said, so we've got a 6 kilo drum. One of the downsides to this is there's quite a large gap between the door seal and the drum, as there was with the previous seal. Obviously it's a replacement seal, so sometimes you get that. We've got massive drum paddles. We've got a brush motor which sounds kind of loud during washing, but it's actually quite quiet. Build quality wise though, this is back from a time just before Insit took over completely. Yeah, as with many Hotpoint machines, even the ones from the 90s, which even they were actually well built, it was just the cases weren't exactly very sturdy. But anyway, we'll come back to, so the drawer has seen recognised nowadays, it's still in use. It's an Insit type drawer. And we've got a 200ml pre-wash, a 400ml main wash, and a 120ml fabric softener in there. I like what's behind here, which you can't feel. There's like a squishy material, like a gel. It's really nice to grab onto. Right, so this is the update as well from the WMA 58 series, or the 50 series, shall I say, is the update from the WMA 30 series. And for those who don't quite know, the only difference between them is that the drum size went up from 5.5 to 6 kilo, but believe me, the actual drum itself didn't actually change, and the programs changed. So A and B used to be a automatic continuous white cotton 95 and pre-wash and non-colour fast cotton 40 and pre-wash, but that doesn't exist anymore. The bearings are also bigger on this, so actually a lot of the bearings on these machines are still good. They end up really sort of getting chucked away because one of the other issues, it's again build quality of design, is that this door's very flimsy and it uses a plastic door catch, not a metal one. I only found with this machine that occasionally when you start up a cycle, the door will obviously engage, but you'll have to like just push it again, just push there like that, just to make it click into place. But anyway, let's just go through the programs. So your programs are listed here, not on the drawer for a change. So we've got a separate pre-wash only, up to 30 degrees. a white cotton 95 program, and we also have, whilst we're here, so I'm going to show you all the options that are available. We have a variable spin from 1400 RPM down to no spin. So we have 14, 1200, 1000, 900, 800, 700, 600, 500, 400, and then no spin. You can have it anywhere there, or actually clicked into place there for no spin. And we have variable temperature too. We have 95 degrees all the way down to no heat. So we've got 95, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20 and no heat, which actually at the time, to have a 20 degree option was actually non-existent on other brands. They all went down to 30, then it was no heat. And we've got these options. So mini load, also known as 1, is for 1 kilo, or basically one item. It fixes in place the wash times automatically reduced, and fixes in place for the rinse level. So it only has one stage rinse level. Right, reduced creases, which is unselectable cottons, does an extended anti-crease cycle on synthetics and acrylics and silks. The rinse hold option suspends the clothes in the final rinse, ready for when you get back home or whatever, when you get to the machine, and then you turn off rinse hold and it'll do its final spin, so they're all nice and fresh. Extra rinse does an extra rinse stage, so usually up from 3 rinses to 4 rinses. And time saver saves time by up to 50%. Right. So program C is the Cool Fast Cotton 60. This gives you A wash rating and your A energy rating and B spin. But it is nearly 3 hours long depending on your hot water temperature. And that's another thing whilst I'm here. This machine is a hot and cold fill machine. It doesn't stop you from putting 2 cold feeds on using a Y splitter. But if you put hot and cold on, you'll see times dramatically drop down. I've ran the same cycle twice. Not on this machine, on a different machine, a different WMA, a WMM 75, and with hot and cold it only took 2 hours 28, whereas with just pure cold it was 2 hours 54. So, time saver will take off over an hour on that cycle. We've got non-fast cotton 40, it's about 90 minutes long. Colour safe cotton, which again is at 30 degrees, and it's obviously in brackets because what it actually is just basically your colours will not run at all. It's supposed to be anyway. Again, about 90 minutes long. So we've got colour synthetics up to 50 degrees. For general nylon stuff, mixed poly cottons, about 75 minutes long. Acrylics are 40, 50 minutes long. For acrylic tops. And then we've got machine wash wool, but this is a bit of a trick because it's not actually machine wash wool, it's hand wash wool. Yeah, which then later on the later series after this, was called hand wash wool for pure new wool. Except this does exactly the same action. J silks, which is really just an acrylics wash with more water. K, we've got fast wash, which is around 25 minutes long. It takes a mix of both hot and cold to around 35 degrees, and it does 2 rinses and a final spin of 800 RPM, and it's quite impressive actually. Then we've got a special hand wash, which is available to, well, 20 degrees really, or 30. It's not actually stated in the actual manual what temperature it gets to, but it's probably somewhere between 20 and 30. The later generation after this heated up to 25 degrees. This exclamation mark means stop and change program. If you're drawing a program, you want to cancel it for any reason, and you have to turn it to whatever it's on, then turn it to that button, press the start again whilst it's still in motion, and then it will run a drain program and reset the program. Then we've got rinse and spin, pretty self-explanatory. Fast spin, but it doesn't do the top final spin of 1400, it's actually limited to 1200. Then the slow down cut spin at 800 RPM. Alright. Behind there is nothing, because your filter, like I said earlier, is actually inside the machine. So you need an engineer to get at it, or if you're really competent, DIY, I suppose, but gotta make sure it's on properly, otherwise it will fall off. So anyway, we're gonna load this up. Swimwear. There we go. Not the towel. The towel will be washed separately. We're gonna use some Halo Sports Wash, which is really good actually. Then we're just gonna select Program G, Cooks at 40, none of these options. Start. Right, we've also got a set of LEDs, so when the door's locked this will light. If we select pre-wash, it will just like that. Right, we've got wash. What's dripping? So on 40 degrees it will still take a mix of hot and cold, but right now it's just taking in pure hot. And as I was saying as well, so when it's in the wash cycle stage, this light will light up. When it gets to the rinse stage, this light icon will light up, and when it gets to final spin, this icon will light up, and then when it's finished, end will light up. And after about 2 minutes, the door lock will disengage, and the door light will go out, with end still lit. So we've So, after not taking very long, and it really was only 50 minutes, what have we got then? Well, we've got some nice, very strong, good results. The machine as a whole is actually pretty good at its job. The only downside I don't like about this machine is also back in the day when this was manufactured, the other manufacturers had better built machines for a lot less money. Apart from its build quality, its actual washing ability and value for money actually means that it does rate pretty good, and therefore gets a good 7 out of 10. And that's it. Thank you for watching my review on the Hotpoint WMA 58. I hope you found this video interesting to watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews, how-to videos, even wash races. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.